So thank you all for attending today. It's a great, valuable thing that you are doing for yourselves in terms of your business. And what we are going to be talking about today is the following 4 things. We are going to be talking about what leadership really is, because I'm sure you have questions. We're going to look at how you can make your goals become a reality, but also the goals of your team and how you plan for that. But I'd love to know in the chat, how many people have you got in your team so far? Let's have a little look at what kind of numbers we've got there. Hi, Rachel. Rachel's got a lot of ladies, 15. Sarah's got 25. Sarah, just set your chat so we can all see, darling. And you, Lee. So we've got some real mixed numbers out there. We've got some quite big SPA teams, so that's quite interesting, and we are going to have a look at numbers a little bit later on. So how does that sound for a plan for today? So again, this is where you can try your raise of your hand. When I ask you a yes no question, you can just raise your hand and go, yep, that sounds great, Sarah, and then it saves you going in the chat. Brilliant. So we're going to look first and foremost at leadership. And I want to know what you think makes a great leader, and you can use your chat for this. So what do you think makes a great leader? I'm going to pop it in the chat so you've got that question. And we've already got some things coming through. So knowing your recruits, and I'm definitely going to be talking about that, Becca. Great thing there. And again, Rebecca's put listening, being supportive. Thank you, Charlotte. Lots coming through. Laura, can you pop your chat to all panelists and attendees, please? Because we don't want to lose some of your great contributions to this. Well, let's have a look at what does make a great leader. And this is all coming through. You're already telling me all of this already. So leadership is different to management, isn't it? What do you think the main differences are between a leader and being a manager? Because what's for sure is that you are leaders and not managers. So the role of a leader is to guide and not to command. So a manager is very prescriptive, and a manager is someone you would find in an employed role. Now, you are not in employed roles, you are all self-employed, and that is the same for the people in your team as well. So you need to lead them, you need to role model, you need to advise and guide, like Susan says, and not to control. So we can't really tell anyone to do anything. We can advise them, we can coach them, we can inspire them. And the best way to inspire someone is, of course, with success. Now, a great thing to do, and you've already said it, is to understand your team and understand their goals. So what have you got to help you understand your team and their goals? And perhaps what can you do? Pop that in the chat, ladies. Let me know what you're thinking. So Laura's saying she's got a WhatsApp. So there's a communication piece in there, absolutely. Susan's saying sharing personal experience, and Becca's saying building up a relationship. Absolutely. But how do you do that? So one thing that's really key here is asking great questions and really listening. And I will talk about that a lot. Another thing that we can do to inspire with success is to show confidence. Has anyone ever had their confidence battered over the years? And confidence is a really fine line. We can be super confident 1 minute. Lots of you raising your hands. Thank you for that. I love that. So confidence is a funny thing. You can be flying high 1 minute and then the next it be crumbled with one thing that we've perhaps perceived that we've done wrong. So one thing that you can do to show confidence, yes, is do that recognition like Becca says, do those shout outs, but also when you're talking to these people, tell them. We don't tell people enough, do we? So say to them, I believe you can do this. You've got this, girl. Things that really show confidence in their ability. If you keep telling them that you believe in them, they will start to believe it. I promise you. And the best thing that you can ever do is in leadership is to be a role model. So what does role modeling mean to you, I think? And what does role modeling mean in this role? And actually, when we think about role modeling in our role, we have to take it back to our field fundamentals. And the purpose of our roles is that we sell products, we sponsor other people, we support those people we have sponsored so that they indeed succeed. And then we carry on selling, we carry on sponsoring and supporting so that we in turn are successful. So that is how it works. And they are the things that put money in our pockets. And these activities that you see on the screen are what you should be role modeling to the people that you have indeed sponsored. And for you to role model, the first thing you need to think about is understanding your goals. Has anybody seen, I know some of you have, has anybody seen the visual we've got on the screen at the moment, which is all about goal mapping? Because if you don't, some of you have, not many, and I wouldn't expect there to be many, thanks Susan, but this is a powerful tool if you use it correctly. And this is a tool that is available for you on the party portal. Now, goal mapping is going to help you understand where you want to get to. Because if you don't understand your goals, how are you going to help somebody else with their goals? I wonder. So, green shooting this all the way, Sammy, and this is available for you on the party portal. Go to Lookup. So who's used Lookup? Let me see those hands raised if you've used. Charlotte has, lots more coming now. So Lookup is Google of the party portal. I use it every day of the week because it saves me so much time. I don't want to have to go scrolling and searching for things. So I go to Lookup, type in what I'm looking for, and it brings me up the exact document that I need. So go to Lookup and type in goal mapping. There is also a little handy video. I think that the video is either on, it is in the Facebook group, but if any of you follow me on YouTube, it's also on my YouTube account as well. So I will make sure that that's available for you all to see. And what it talks through is the fundamental elements of goal mapping. So goal mapping works on the two sides of your brain. So we have an analytical side, which is all about the facts, figures and letters and processes. But we also have that creative side of our brain. We actually think in pictures. Think about how you dream here. So we are going to do our goals in written form and in pictures because that makes us dream bigger and that's what we want. But this goal mapping is going to help you get out of your brain and onto paper what your big goals are, what your ultimate goals are. And I have seen ladies in this business buy dream homes, buy dream cars, take their whole family to Disneyland, have financial independence. It's there for the taking if you dream it and you get it onto paper, ladies, and you put those plans into place. So with the goal mapping, go and find the video and get in touch with me if you can't find it and I will help. And basically you are looking at what the big goal is, what your mini goals are, why you want to achieve that. So maybe it's I want to buy my dream home, but the reason that sits behind that will be the why. So perhaps why? Because I want my kids to have something that you didn't have, I don't know. But then you need to think about the timelines and also who can help. And if you are doing this for yourself, it stands to reason that you need to understand and know your team. So here are some things that can help you to inspire your team. So you need to understand their goals and what is the thing that I have said is going to help you understand their goals? pop it in the chat, let me see. You need, as a leader, to work to the situation and the style of the person you are leading. If you expect your team to work in your way, they might not like it, and they're not employed by you. So you need to work to their situation. And again, the thing that's going to help you to find out how they like to work is, of course, asking questions, agreeing timelines, and if we are asking great questions, we have to listen properly. Listen with the intent to understand. If you listen in that way, more questions come. So this is about just being really, really nosy to understand how these ladies work. And as your team grows, I mean, I've seen already on the chat that some of you have got teams. I think the biggest I saw, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think the biggest was about 25 in a team. How are you going to remember all those hopes and dreams and communication styles and timelines? How are you going to remember that as your team grows? Some of you raising your hands. I'd love to see what you're saying in the chat there. What do you think? So Rachel, you've got quite a big team. Rebecca, you're absolutely right. A trusty notebook. Get it down on paper. Your brain can't remember all of that with the best will in the world. And just think about this. When you, or Charlotte, spreadsheets, if you're all fancy, you absolutely can do spreadsheets. So if you go back to that lady and you have remembered her communication style, her big goal, some of her mini goals, perhaps some of the things that she's doing to make that happen, how do you think that makes her feel? So you say, how's it going? I know that, how's it going with that trip to Disneyland? How does it make her feel that you have remembered that? Charlotte, you're absolutely right. It makes her feel special. And when she feels feeling special and important, do you think that increases her motivation? I was expecting a lot of raising of hands there. What do you think? Do you think if she's feeling special, worthy, do you think that, yeah, it makes her feel more motivated? And that's what we want, because it is your job to help her, okay? It is absolutely your role to help her. And there are lots of things that we give you to help you do this. So has anybody seen this planning document? I do need to update it. Some of you have said, yes, you have. I do need to update it simply because PBV is now personal sales. Okay, so I just need to change that. But that is basically how much you're earning. So what money's coming from those orders. That's what that is there. So there's lots of things in your toolbox. Now, if you wanted to use this with all your ladies, this again is in the party portal. You go to look up, this document is called the PP Monthly Planner. I'm going to pop it in the chat so you can all see. There you go. So you can Google that on lookup in the, you can look it up in the portal. I shouldn't call it Google, but that's what it does. So what else have we got in the toolbox to help you? So there's loads on the party portal. So use the party portal as much as you can. There are so many resources in there, so much content in there. Before you go and make your own, go and see if one is already done for you. Because why reinvent the wheel? If it's done for you, put your time where it makes a difference. Susan's put a lovely post on here saying, it's amazing to see, as I'm assuming you mean your team, go from their first nervous post to having their own team. And you're absolutely right. And Sarah, you're saying that you've got a couple of ladies who have learning difficulties. What can you do to help them? And I think, Sarah, is the fact that you understand that it takes them longer is great. And for you, it's just about being patient and understanding all those personal skills that will really help you. So, of course, I do a lot of free training for all our ladies. So who sends their ladies along to me to save you having to do some of that work? Brilliant. So some hands being raised there. Charlotte's saying all the time. Rachel's saying yes, she does. So save yourself some time for the stuff that really makes money, because if I'm running training, get your girls on it. So Rachel and Charlotte, how do you make sure that you get your girls on the training, your newbies, so that they're accessing that? Because I know there's still lots of ladies out there that don't always get the training. What do you do? And Becca, I am loving this. Becca's saying that she does a catch up after the training to make sure they understand. Becca, that is perfect role modeling. That impresses me greatly, because that is exactly what you should be doing. And Rachel keeps talking about how good and beneficial it is. And actually, there's lots that you can do in your social media around the training. Did you know that a lot of people, when they're choosing a direct sales company to join, they look at how beneficial the training is, because people don't want to start something and have no support. So tell the world that you get free training, and if you think it's quality training, tell them that as well. Tell them the results that the training gets you. So for example, I know we've had lots of ladies attend the virtual party training recently. They've then immediately gone out and put that into practice and had £500-600 parties. Well, that is something we should be shouting about. If we're seeing results in our team, we should be sharing it for the world to see, because that will invite more people to come and join you. In the portal, there's lots of planning guides. And then, of course, a great resource and support is, of course, your leader. So do you ever introduce your new sponsor, the person that you've introduced, to your upline leader for that extra bit of support? Let me know in the chat. Brilliant. So lots of you, Laura, Rachel, Rebecca is also saying absolutely. So how do you do that? So for those ladies that perhaps are quite new and think, oh, I haven't done that, how do you do it? Do you copy her in on an email? Do you do a little bit of a WhatsApp introduction? Becca's saying they make them add her first. And I'd love to know as well, what on the welcome post, Rebecca, so tagging her in, brilliant, because your leader is there to support you and your team. And as a spa, for many of you, not all of you, because I know can see that there's some experienced spas on here as well, but you want that support. You will be learning together. You are not in this alone, and your leader has a lot of experience to help you build your team. So utilize that as best you can. Lots of you saying that you're already using the Facebook group. And of course, I know we haven't got them at the moment, but events play an important part in network marketing, direct sales. They are hugely inspirational. So when we can get back out to the place where we are going to events, get out to them. They make a difference, and research has shown and evidence has shown that the people that attend events are more successful because it re-inspires them, it re-motivates them. And I know, Rachel, lots of you saying that you go to events and the difference it makes to your business is absolutely huge. Now, we want to support you more with those new people that are coming into your team. And this is a great document to use. So we talk about process a lot. Process is the way of duplication. So in direct sales, we talk about duplication, and that is you role modeling, that's selling, that's sponsoring, and that's supporting. And the people that you bring in also duplicating that process. And in order to make it easy for you, if you have a process in place, it means that you just keep doing the same things over again. So it takes out the thinking time, which is the exhausting bit, and it makes it easier for you. And it then frees up time. So this is a sample process that you can all use. This is available under the lookup in the portal. The name of this document, and I'll pop this in the chat now, and you guys tell me if you've already used this or what you use. A few hands going up. This is the New Starter Process Guide. So go to look up and find that. This will really help you. So what you've got here, I'm going to have a little bit of an annotate now because I haven't done any drawing for a while, have I? I'm going to use a big fat pen here. So what this does is it gives you a timeline, okay? So we all like a timeline. So that means you can schedule your diary. It also brings into play the key elements of what they are going to be doing. It gives you a quick rundown of what the content is there, okay? Like my drawing, everybody. And then this is the bit that I like the most. I mean, I wrote this, so I should say that I like it. But look at these coaching questions here. If you don't know what to say, I have told you that questions are huge. Questioning and listening is a massive skill that will help you so much in this role. And I have put together a list of all the questions that you can use at every part of your journey. So again, this is available, the new starter process guide, this is available for you. Who's going to go and get this? Let me see. Oh, lots of hands being raised. Brilliant. So you're going to go and get this and start to schedule it. It will really, really help you. So let me just pop my little pen back here. So let me look at, now we've talked about your team. Let's talk about you and how you get this right. Rachel, I'm not surprised you have it printed already. I'd be very disappointed if you didn't. Don't get to a team of 25, Rachel, if you haven't got a process. And you, Nikki. So let's have a little look at the fundamental role model. This role is all about role modeling. So you are going to sell, sponsor, support, and succeed. Now, when that is happening, you have to keep filling the funnel, which means that you must continue selling, sponsoring, supporting to succeed. And the thing that will help you with that is having a process. So what is the next step for you all, ladies? Where are you going to next? And I expect chat to be filling up here now. Not at the moment, but I am expecting it to. Okay, I'm just going to wait for all those two little important letters to come in. So who wants TA? Becca, Laura, Rachel, Rebecca, Rachel, Natalie. Lots of you, lots of hands being raised and lots of you saying in the chat. Rachel wants it ASAP. Lee, lots of you saying that you want it as well. Becca Collard, I want you to write in your goal mapping, in my big goal, Kelly Wilson. She is so inspirational, isn't she? Absolutely. So let's look at how you do it. I'm going to get my little pen out again. Who likes my little pen? I like my little pen. It makes me, yeah, I thought you did. I thought you did. So this is where you all are now, right? Yeah. And your average monthly earnings are just under £400 a month. And that will vary. So some of you have got big teams, but on average, Aspire is bringing home that. If you're a TA, you are getting that. I'm going to colour it in if I can. Oh, I've made a mess, haven't I? Deary me, that's no good. Let's try that again. Yes, Becca, it is a big jump, isn't it? Did you realise it was such a big jump? So we're going to now look at what that actually means for you. So another thing that you can go and look up is your career plan. Now you are heading for TA, you should all have a copy of the career plan on your desk, on your workspace, however you do it, in your bag, all of the time. So you know exactly what it is you're aiming for. So that is the difference of what, 600 quid a month? What could you do with an extra 600 quid a month, ladies? Let me see it in the chat. You're all thinking, what could I spend my money on? Let me see. Laura's going to buy a new car. Natalie's buying driving lessons, lots of new cars, holidays. Oh, your daughter's first holiday, Rachel. Rachel's got a beautiful, beautiful family. Oh, Vicky's spending it on her kids as well. So we all want that, right? We all want that. So how are we going to get it? So you have to have a plan, ladies. You absolutely have to have that plan. Oh, bless you, Sarah. You're going to finish your brother's memorial garden. 600 quid would do that. So let's get you that. So this is what you need to be a TA. Now, some of you, okay, have got bigger teams than this. So the bigger your team here, the more chance you have of doing it, right? But what you need is to have minimum of 5, okay? So who's already got 5? So who's ticked that? Let's see the hands raised. I'm coming over to participants now here, and let's see who's on here. Right, so I'm going to say, Rachel, haven't you got more than 5? I thought you did. So raise a hand. Yes, you have. You're not okay. So you haven't raised your hand. That's okay. So there's lots of you. So some of you using the chat. Oh, Xanthia's got 2 more to qualify. So you have to work out on a piece of paper, ladies, what you need to get here. Okay, this is your minimum. And you need to understand, first of all, what you've got to do. And this is why that selling, sponsoring, and supporting is so important. So you need to keep selling. So if we were to do £400 in personal sales, what's that in real money? What's that in orders? Can anyone work out the money for that for me? Let's see if you can work out the money. Okay, and there's a problem here with some people that they've got lots of ambassadors, but they're not working. So perhaps, brilliant. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay, so £534 Rebecca's put there. I can never remember the calculation. Rebecca, if you've got the calculation, pop it on the chat for us all. What do you times it by? I should know it off the top of my head, but I'm more about words than numbers. So you personally need to earn or get orders of 530, call it £534. So what can you do to do that? If you were to plot that out yourself personally, what could you do to get that in a month? Because that actually, I've seen people, oh, but how do you get the bigger number, Rebecca? I get that. So that's Becca's saying it's £150 a week. Okay, it's less than that actually, but yeah, minimum of £150 a week. What do you need to do personally to earn that? So I've seen people earn that or get orders for £534 in one party. I've seen them do it in virtual parties over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, so parties. So if you did 1 party a week, if you aimed to book a party a week, you would get that. So that would then get that sorted for you. So actually, is that quite achievable? What do you think, folks? Raise your hand if you think that is achievable, the 400. Yeah, Xanthia, you do get out partying, because actually it's a great way to earn money and tick that one off. Now, with this one, the central team bonus, this is about how much your team is making. So you should be looking at how many people you've got working in your team and what they need to do. And again, what can you do to support them to help them achieve that? Let's get some ideas in the chat here. What can you do? Because if they're doing that, they're doing number 3, they're qualifying. So you only need 5. So if you've got your 5 best girls, what do they need to do? So yeah, do group parties and get them thinking about what they can do, because actually think about what motivates them, what they want to do, how they like to do it. Like Rachel saying, break it down for them. If they sold 20 My Viv pebbles over the month, they would do it. But the quickest way is to get a party. And for you, you have then earned that extra money. So I want to know now, with that, now we've broken it down, what are you going to do this month to get yourself to TA? What are you going to do with your team? How are you going to get some of those girls off 0, getting them qualifying. So Rachel's going to contact her customers and support her girls 100%. So what does that mean? Susan's going to do some online parties. Absolutely. If you can't get a hostess, do it yourself. Who attended Nina's last night? Well, I loved it. I train it, and I absolutely wanted to buy things, which was ridiculous. So Amy, you're an admin for all their Facebook groups and you help them with posting. And that's great if you've got a small team. You just have to think about how that's going to work as the team gets bigger. Because ultimately, you want these girls to be self-sufficient. By the time they come out as a TA, they should be self-sufficient. So Lee, the virtual party is in the events section of the Facebook group. That's fine, Amy. Just think about how you scale that up. If people are doing calls, Susan hosts her own online party once a month, which is brilliant. So yeah, so Andrea, the CTS, that excludes your sales, okay? So it's that number is less your commission. Oh, I've gone like a robot. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Charlotte? I'm a bit scared. Is everyone finding that I've gone like a robot, or is it just Charlotte? So just raise your hand if you can hear me okay. Lots of you raising your hand. It might be you, Charlotte. I've gone back to normal now. Brilliant. Okay, so there's lots of things that you can do. And remember, your upline leader will help you work these numbers out, but have that plan and use tools that are available for you all to get that going. I have got drawings all over the place here. Okay, so a little bit of a recap. I want to know now how you will plan, what process you have to have that growth. You do need to manage your time and be organized. Okay, you shouldn't be flogging yourself day and night. You should be thinking, right, I need to concentrate on the things that make me the most money. So every day you should be making sure that sales are coming in, you're having sponsoring conversations, you're supporting the right people, and that you understand your team. Really, really important. And do take a screenshot of this page. It's there for you. Who's taken a screenshot? Let's see some raising of the hands. Let me have a little look here. Make sure all of you that have. So Xanthia, Sarah, Sammy, have you all got a screenshot if that's what you wanted to do? Let me have a little look. Molly, I haven't heard much for you. Are you okay out there, Molly? Are you enjoying this? Just let me know with a raise of your hand. And Melody, and Kirsty, and Kim, and Georgina. Just let me know how you're feeling about this training so far. Nobody can see you, so it's a really safe environment. Lovely. Okay, so that is what you're going to do. But who is supporting you, and how are you going to access the support? Oh, Becca, I am loving the fire in your belly. Amy, don't worry, I'll be sending out recordings of this. Oh, Molly, I'm glad that you're taking lots of notes. That's quite often what happens, but I just like to know that everyone's okay out there. Okay, so where is your support? Well, first of all, you have got your upline leader. She wants to support you, so reach out, okay? Then, of course, you've got your teams and you've got your Facebook group. Use it or lose it, okay? It is there to support you. So if you've got questions, pop it in any support groups that you're in, and believe me, people will want to help and give you lots of support. So ask those questions, but don't forget that lots of support and a lot of the answers to your questions are also on the party portal, which will really, really help. And of course, I am here every step of the way to help you develop, but also to help develop and support and train all of those teams. Melody, you're obviously out in Ireland because you're having to change the prices into euros. If you reach out to your upline leader, she will be able to help you with that. And Amy, if I'm thinking of the right Dawn, she will be brilliant at helping you break down those numbers. Now, who would like more training, and what sort of training would you love to see? What are the things that you're thinking, oh, I wish we got that? Pop it in the chat and let me see what I can do to help you. Oh, Charlotte, that's very kind of you. You've got a Facebook support chat, but don't forget we've got our ambassador group as well. So there's lots of people that want to help in there. So what other training would you like to have access to? What other subjects? Perhaps it's coaching, perhaps it's time management, resolving conflict. Pop it on the chat if you think, oh, I'd love to know more about that. Just pop it in the chat. You're all thinking hard now, aren't you? It's making me giggle. Okay, so Amy, Facebook has loads of training itself. So just go to the Facebook Google and type in anything you want to know. There's loads on there. But what I'm getting at here is we have got at Ann Summers an e-learning platform called The Learning One, and it is full. It is full of subjects such as time management, coaching, resolving conflict, leadership, lots and lots of great things. Oh, Becca, thank you. I think you get more than enough training. So Andrea, yes, because you've all attended today, I would like to give you all access to the Learning One. Oh, Amy, your 9-month-old is loving this Zoom. That's too cute. And so keep your eye out for emails because I will be setting you all up. Yes, you do, Lee. I will be setting you all up with an account for the Learning One. You get it for 6 months. If you don't really use it in the 6 months, we have to take it away because there is a cost to it. But if you are using it, I will leave it in there for you. So keep your eye out for that. And just to recap, it is your role to lead your teams, to really understand your goals and the goals of your team. That planning is huge. And if you want to manage risk, you have to do what? If you want to be successful and you don't want people dropping out, what have you got to do, ladies? Let me know. What have you got to do? Communicate. I'm feeling some words beginning with S here. The best way to manage risk for your business is to sell. Thanks, Becca. Support. Thanks, Rachel. Support. And sponsor. Sponsor. If we sell, we sponsor, and we support, we succeed. Ladies, it's been an absolute pleasure. If you have any questions, I will be available now on the Q&A. So go down to the Q&A, which is on your toolbar, and I will be answering any questions that come in on the Q&A. I'll stop the recording here because that's our private session.